Okay. Yep. There's Ro, Deb, Jane Dixon, Paulette, our newbie. I'm so excited to meet you. Okay, come on in. We have 1 minute till we actually start, so welcome, Paulette. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Great. Where are you coming in from? Nice to meet you.
Indianapolis Valley.
Okay, cool. Where do you play golf?
Eaglecrest in Greenwood.
I'm learning all about that one. I haven't played it, but we might be bringing some women to play it this summer.
Yeah, I really like it there.
Okay, good. So you're a golfer, obviously,
I am.
and you decided to jump in this morning. How come? I always like to hear, how did we get you to come, finally?
Actually, I've been following you online for, over a year now. And kind of hesitant to join because I feel I'm too busy, right? Because I work 5 days a week, all of that. And in November, I had surgery. So now I want to get ready to get back in. So, because golf is coming up soon, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Awesome. I always our theme here is we're all busy, and I know it's hard to get yourself at the top of the to-do list. That's what we're trying to do before the other things. We're just trying to put ourselves at the top, and it's hard. Ro works too. A lot of people are retired that are in the group, but a lot of people are still working. So I'm grateful that you're just going to give it a try.
Hey, good. I'm excited, actually.
Oh, so fun. Okay, so I'll introduce you to the ladies as they come in. This is a meet and greet, and I've gone on all my social channels to say, hey, if you're like Paulette today, maybe it's the day that you decide to join for just March and see what happens. We'll see. If you stay for 2 months, quit for the summer, come back in November when it's terrible out again, great, come and go. I always say I drop the red carpet. If you decide to come for 1 month, 1 day, quit for 5 months, come back, it's all good. We're just trying to help each other look after number one, which seems to be, it's hard to do. And with a team behind you doing the same, trying to do the same thing, like I always say, sometimes in the morning I don't feel like getting out of bed, but I know that they're all coming, so I get out of bed. And for 5 years I've been getting out of bed because of the push from, it's not because I'm superwoman, workout queen, no, it's because my teammates are like, come on, Kara. I'm like, okay. And then some days I'm like, come on, guys. And they're like, okay. So it's kind of fun to be part of an adult team that's just trying to, the team slogan is just try to put number one first, because you're just better off in the world when you do. So, okay, so we'll go around the group and we'll introduce ourselves to our newbie, Paulette. Okay, Deb Pfeff, where are you coming in from? How long you've been a member, and how do you put yourself first? How do you do it, man?
Good morning, everybody. I'm Deb Pfeffer. I am here from Maryland in the USA. I've been here for a bit over a year. And I started because I really wanted to take the golf lesson, and then quickly, even before they started, realized I needed to build strength. And I don't mean just physical strength, but I also felt like I needed to help emotionally as well. I just think that's all part of the package, a kind of more of a holistic approach. And so I signed up for the workout classes, and I've been here ever since. And it is a chance for me each morning to put me first. While everybody else is sleeping, whatever else is going on in life, it's my chance to be first. So I personally love this group, and I think it's done a lot for me. And there's beautiful women here who are always there to provide that love and support. So thank you.
Awesome. Deb Pfeff. Okay, Ro coming in from, I'm not going to blow it, you go ahead.
Hi, I'm Roland. I live in Halifax, and I've been in this group for a year and a half. I do not golf, so I'm here for the fitness aspect and the yoga and the meditation. It's a very strong, loving community, and it's part of my routine. I feel good when I get my workouts done in the morning, and if I can't, they're always recorded, and I do them when I get home.
And then everybody kind of cheers each other on, like they did it at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're like, good job. So it's like, it's real people here, and we're all caring. The group is not that big that you get lost in the millions of people. It's not that. It's a small little beautiful, what I call boutique workout group, where I actually thrive on knowing the color of your eyes, Paulette, and knowing that Deb is from Maryland, and learning about the States and all the women all over the world. There's a woman from Ireland in this group, so cool. And so you end up having friends all over the world that you could go for coffee with if you end up in Maryland or Michigan or wherever. And it's when you guys end up meeting together and golfing together or coffee or whatever, my head literally blows off with happiness that this group is spreading bigger than Nova Scotia, bigger than Canada. Team US is huge. And then we have a few from Europe. It is so wicked when Mrs. Sweden comes in and she's like, hi, in her little cute accent. It's just amazing, the group of women that are here. Okay, Jane Dixon, do you want to come in and tell us where you're coming in from? And how do you keep showing up? And tell people how hard it is at the beginning to just show up. For the first 10 days, it's hard.
It is. I'm from Southwest Ohio, and that's in the USA. And my name's Jane. And what do you want me to say? Oh, it's hard to get up. It is. It is. I joined because I needed to become more flexible. Took a golf lesson, and the guy said, you need to become more flexible. And I told my daughter, I said, I'm going to do it. You know? So you push the send, pay, and now you're in.
Love it. And Jane, there's a cute little new program that started, which she attends every day. It's at 2 o'clock Halifax time, 1 o'clock midday. It's a 5-minute arm circle thing that's come in from the last trip to Kenya, where the long drive champ of Canada made us do it every day. And so Jen Flynn teaches it. And if I always say to somebody or anybody, if you have not showed up for a workout in a long time, maybe you start with 5-minute arm circles just to get back on track, talk to the women, get out of your own head, get out of your own way. And also Bicep Blow Off Friday is super fun too, just to kind of go, okay, I haven't been there all week, all month, or too many months. I'm gonna go on Friday because it's like Crank the Music Day, it's Bicep Growing Day, and it's Friday, so it's fun to go to this workout. So there's lots of ways to try again, recharge, reset. It's just easier with a team. I wouldn't still be here. 5 years later, I'm having my 5-year anniversary, March 20th. And I was sitting in that chair, looking out that window, not too happy. Business, lost my business, homeschooling, losing my mind. And I decided, because the voice, I'm not sure if it was Mother Mar or my voice saying, just get up, go get your clothes, get your robe off and get some clothes on and go outside and start moving, lift a weight or something. You know, you always feel better. I'm so grateful I got up and did that. And then I pressed the Facebook Live button, just terrified. And I did it like 5-6 times. Oh, don't do it. Oh, you look terrible. Oh, you got no friends. Your ex-boyfriend's gonna see you. What do you think you're doing? And I'm like, whose voice is that? And I went, you know what? I'm doing it. And on the other side of total fear was my sister and one friend. They were like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I'm on the verge of losing my mind because it's the pandemic and I haven't talked to anybody in way too long. So I decided to press this button and I don't know if I have any friends. And Janet says, I'm your friend. My sister's like, well, you know, I'm your friend. So what are you doing? I'm like, I'm doing a workout. And from there, one more person joined. My English teacher in grade 7 joined. My friends from high school that I haven't spoken to in years joined. They've come, they've gone, but when I needed the most, the women said, what are you doing, Care? I'm like, well, I'm on the verge of snapping, but I'm moving. And they're like, okay, we'll move too. We'll move with you. I'm like, you will? And so we did it for a year. I did it just for a year because it made me feel good. And we always started with grateful coffee, no bitching, just grab the coffee. Let's talk about 3 things that we're grateful for, not the negative. That, movement, and gratitude. And women changed my life. And so, as I look around this room and to the people that are thinking about maybe joining for March, I am grateful for every woman that has said, okay, Cara, we'll try that with you. Or, hey, what are you doing? We'll support you. And they said, hey, start a business, we'll pay. And I'm like, well, how much? Do I do this online website? Yeah, sure, we'll do $30 a month. I'm like, okay, great. So I started a new business because of the women. I wouldn't be here without them. And so now if a woman needs me in any way, I'm fully invested in this community. And I just want to help that woman that's feeling like lost, unhealthy, just to go, come on, will you just try it with us here? There's not just me doing the workouts, there's like 15 women coming in March. We got the vagina coach, Buff Muff, she's coming in. We got an intimacy coach, Serene Haynes. We got a life coach, Sherry Hodds. We got a nutritionist, Natalina. And then all kinds of other workouts. I do 5, I do 2 hang with the pros. And then there's the Colonel from New York does a Saturday morning workout. Because when I decided I wasn't gonna do Saturday anymore, I was like, I'm exhausted. I can't keep doing these workouts every day. The Colonel was like, I'll do it. I'm like, really? Whenever I was just on the verge of giving up, there's always a woman goes, I'll do it. And so there's Yoga Nidra, there's Yoga with Tisha and Yoga with Nat this month. There's spin, meditation with Sarah. There's so many things happening this month. I'm pumped. And if you just come for this month to set yourself off into success for the spring, awesome. Because we got a lineup of women that I'm like fired up about. Okay, so keep going. Diana Mabette, where are you coming in from? How long you been part of this group? And how did you get over I almost quit. I did quit. Day 1, I did it. Day 2, I quit. And those 2 were like, hey, where are you? I'm like, I'm quitting. I'm not doing this again. My sister and Janet, they were like, yeah, you are. I was like, oh, damn. And I remember hitting the garage door, all pissed off. And I'm like, they're making me do this. I hate them right now. And I did it anyway. I'm like, oh. I feel that something beyond me in that door slapping moment, I'm like, this is now beyond me. And it was the best thing that ever happened to me, just deciding to move. All right, Mabit, go ahead.
Hi, I'm from Halifax, Nova Scotia. I've been a member for a little over a year. I did drop out for a little while because I was having some health issues, but then, someone from the group and Carrie emailed me. I thought, oh no, I need to get back at that, and I'm glad I did. I did it because I wanted to be old enough that my grandchildren would remember me. And I wasn't really doing any exercise. I've tried everything over the past, oh my God, how many years? And nothing stuck. And this one has stuck. And I think part of it is the socialization. As Deb mentioned, we're a phenomenal group of women. And we all support each other. And what I find is even though these women are from all over the world, we all have the same joys, the same sorrows, the same worries. As somebody said, you're as happy as your most unhappy child or something. And I thought, yeah, that's right. I remember saying to somebody one time, when do you stop worrying about your children? And they said, never. And that's true, you don't. But I just find as Carrie said, if I was in anyone's city and got in touch with them beforehand through Mighty and said, let's meet for coffee, it would be great. We're already friends. Carrie, you have created a phenomenal gift for so many women. I like the fact that it's just half an hour. I don't have to get dressed, go somewhere, exercise for an hour, be sweaty, put on a coat in the winter, get back in your cold car and drive home. So there's like 3 hours. Whereas instead, I get out of bed, I have my coffee mug ready, I have my water ready, and my clothes ready. Within 10 minutes, I'm online, and then your day has started on such a good foot. It's the best thing I've ever done for myself.
Oh, love it. Okay, so if anybody's on the social media channels and thinking, where do we go to join this group? It's carriemar.com, www.carriemar.com. Try it for a month, because this month is going to be epic. I'm so excited that I want all the women to know. Do you know that the vagina coach is coming? Say buff muff 3 times and try not to smile. Buff muff. Buff muff. It's so fun. She's coming in. It's a big deal. She's a big deal. She's coming into this group March 4th at 7 p.m. to talk about Buff Muff. Okay, Wendy, go ahead.
I'm close to mid-morning, good afternoon almost. So I'm coming in from Michigan, and I was surfing on my computer, and all of a sudden I came across Carrie, and I said I was going to join for the golf. I needed some more strength and flexibility. And once I got in the group, I said, I'm only joining for 3 months. I'm just going to do 3 months. So currently, I'm at 5 months. I don't plan on stopping. I love the entire group, the communication, sociability, all of that is just great. So I'm happy to be here. It's hard to get up in the morning. I'm like Donna. I jump out of bed, and before you know it, I'm already down where I can start exercising. I don't have to get in my car. I don't have to drive. I don't have to do anything. So it's just a wonderful group of women with beautiful personalities, and I love the gratitude. I just love the gratitude.
Yeah.
I've been late a couple times, but I still get to jump in, and I say 20 minutes is better than
Yeah.
0.
Yeah.
So thank you, and thank you, Carrie.
Oh, so grateful. Okay, Paulette, what you thinking of these ladies so far? Paulette's newbie on the block. She joined this morning. So grateful to have her here. What are you thinking?
I'm excited. I really am. I really love all that positive feedback. I really do.
Awesome. Okay, so if you have any questions, write them on the side. If anybody's thinking of any questions, you're the only real newbie, Paulette. Everybody else is kind of, they know what's going on, like as far as anything. So if you think of any questions that you want me to attack as soon as everybody's done their intro, we'll do that. Okay, not last, there's 3 more. Connie, where are you coming in from? How long have you been a member? And how do you not quit at something that you've signed up for, you're trying? How do you stay getting vertical with us?
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I joined the end of October, November, and I've never been one to have a lot of people around. My sister had like millions of friends. I had like acquaintances, and this makes it so easy. I don't have to leave my house. I get to know everybody just through recorded, which is really strange, but it works for me. And I love the gathering because it helps me get motivated too. By the time Carrie gets done whining and motivating, come on, I know it's hard too, I don't want to do it. And she just verbalizes everything I think. And then it's like, okay, I can get going. And the gratitude really attracted me because I was just in it didn't seem dark at the time, but now that I look at it, it's kind of a dark physical, mental, emotional spot. And this just meets all my needs that I need from my home. I'm 64, I'll be 65, and I don't want to go to gyms. I haven't been attracted. I used to go when my kids were little and I was physically active and I just don't want to do all that. And so this meets all my needs and all the other people and all the recordings that I've learned from, like golf, I can go back and learn chipping and putting, but then, Serena about sex life, like I never knew any of that stuff and she presents it so well. And then I never knew about the, intention wheel. I never knew to live off intention. I was just living hip to hip, just raise your kids, do the best you can and keep moving. But to have intention in my life and, just all the speakers you bring are just nothing but positive. And I have great hopes of going places now in the world. If I go to Florida, I'm like, hey, I'll be there like in May. I know everybody leaves, but I'm coming there in May. Anybody there? And hoping to come to Nova Scotia. And this is the way I reach out to friends, And so that's what I get to call you as my friends. And I'm on the verge of tears, so I'm going to stop talking. So thanks so much. I appreciate it all of you.
Thank you, Connie. I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, Arm Circle Chick is here. Miss Jen, tell us where you're coming in from, how long you've been a member, how do you keep getting up and trying to do this, any breakthrough that you've had, and a little bit about your arm circles that you do.
Hey, I'm Jen Flynn. I've been a member, I don't know how long, a couple of years at least. I was pretty quiet. I'm introverted, so Carrie will question that. I was kind of in the background, never kind of showed my face. I'd pop in and out for a while and didn't get too engaged. And, last spring, I think they threw this thing out about going to Kenya to golf. And just my circle of people in my life, I was just kind of like, I don't know anybody who would ever just go to Kenya. And I was like, this is something I've always wanted to do. And I signed up right away. And I just... Then I started getting a little bit more engaged, but still not too much, just kind of in the background. Talked to Carrie a little bit online, and then went on this trip. And at the same time, started kind of dialing back and giving up some of my work. I had my own business and dropped my biggest client at the end of the year and was kind of hoping to kind of surf off into retirement here. So, yeah, so I went on this trip and I don't know, I got a lot more engaged and really enjoyed all the people I've met. Changed everything for me. The arm circles, I don't know what it is. I made people do them last night too. Shouldn't say make, I started doing them and they did them. I'm like, well, I'm just going to do these. So, yeah, I I don't know what keeps me engaged. This morning I forgot about this. I was like, oh, I wonder what's going on. I popped on the Facebook and I saw it and I was like, oh, I'm late, but I'm going to jump in. So that's, I think it is a lot about just the engagement. It really has changed me. I it sounds a little cultish, but I don't know. I enjoyed the people online. When I popped in, I see these familiar faces today. I was like, oh, there's my friends. And I took on a big task at my golf course, as Carrie knows, and I had an event there last night, which we didn't have the staff for, and we didn't have anybody in the kitchen, and I asked one person to help me, and they did, and my sister's always there to help me, and then another person was saying, do you need help? And I had these 4 wonderful other members from the club get in the kitchen and get this whole thing done for me last night. It was great. And of course, I helped along with them, but just kind of, I don't think a year ago I would have reached out to those people. I would have said, I'm going to figure a way out to do this myself. Mm-hmm. So that's a big change for me, and it's very appreciative. And like Connie, I think I'm about to cry.
So Jen Flynn,
I'm looking forward to the Buff tonight.
Buff Muff. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be great. So Jen Flynn, she was the little, I didn't quite. When you don't show up live, you don't see what people look like. So she was mysterious Jen Flynn to me, and so I kept checking in on her. And then when we did go to Kenya, loved her personality. We laughed. I call her the comedian. And then somehow she was like, I'll do, the arm circles. So every day at 2 o'clock, so far it's been 2 o'clock. I told her that she could change it if she wants. And then 1 o'clock Eastern time, she does a 5-minute arm circle that is fun, is easy. And if you missed the workout, you can just do that instead. Move on. Don't worry about things that you missed back there. Don't worry. Don't feel guilty. Doesn't matter. Arm circle and then move on. Maybe come to another workout during the week. So Jen Flynn, new Kenya friend, so amazing. Okay, last but not least, and if you have to go, I always say, women, I know we run the world. So if you have to go, do never feel guilty. We love you. We know you're running the planet. And so love ya. You got to go do whatever you need to do. We understand. You don't have to feel bad ever when you're leaving any meeting, any workout, any yoga, or whatever. Okay, Ann, come on in. Miss Dugan.
So Ann Dugan from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. This year is year 3. I did golf year 1, year 2. I'm doing golf again now. The golf was just so ridiculous because I took on the lessons just to become a better golfer, but in the process, fell in love with the game, which I never expected to happen. So that was like, okay, well, if I'm doing the golf, then how much fun's the workout? And I've been doing the workout and just am so excited for March to do the workout with the body I created from January and February. And that's amazing to me. So the workouts are huge and I do them. Whatever formula you put together, Care, the fact that I do them, I look forward to them, I don't see it ever not being in my life. And the more these women reveal about themselves, the more amazed I am. And the workout Saturday morning, we had show and tell. Diane held out the most beautiful sweater that she had just finished for her granddaughter. So we need show and tell days.
Oh, what a great idea.
Because people have things. And it just, every time somebody shares, it's just amazing. So,
yeah,
amazing group.
Okay, good idea. I love it. So I'll just maybe address a few questions that often come up. You can do live workouts, or if you've missed it, it's always a recorded one is there. My niece is in charge of posting them, and she's in Montreal, so it's done, not right away, but like soon afterwards. So if you're looking for one, you're like, where is it? I need to do my workout right now. Just go to maybe last Tuesday's leg workout or the last Tuesday before that. There's 1,000 of them back there, okay? And so to find one, it's an event. Everything's an event around here. You look on the left, you see event, and then okay, I'm ready to do my workout live. You press the Zoom button, boom, you're in. You can turn your camera off if you're looking like a little haggard and you're not quite ready. Just keep the video. I love to see your teeth and your faces big time. So, hopefully eventually you'll put it on, and everything's recorded. So if you've missed it, you can go to events. And the biggest thing that catches everybody is the word, what is upcoming is showing up, all the future events. But if you want to get an old one, you change the word upcoming by toggling over it, and you go to the word past, and then all the old ones are there. That's the biggest thing. Other than that, I send everybody the schedule every week, and March is action-packed. It's so big we can't even fit more than 1 week at a time. So new this week is the Vagina Coach. Yes, that's really her name. My husband's like, is really that her business name? I'm like, yes, honey, Vagina Coach. He's like, you've been talking about a vagina more than you ever have. Yeah, because I'm excited. It's a big deal. March 4th, 7 p.m. And then we got Yoga Nidra with one of the women in the group. She's like, I've got a superpower. I'm like, what is it? She's like, Yoga Nidra. What is that, Nat? Lying on the ground, kind of yoga. Sounds wonderful. 7 p.m. at night. And it's very restorative. And she said the word, you get major epiphanies during these sessions. I'm like, sign me up. Sounds great. So Wednesdays in March, she's coming in. Also, Heather Cameron, another golf pro from Northumberland Links, is bringing in her buddy Carla Archer. They're talking about frequency, how to elevate your frequency, energy level in life. How cool is that? Life coach Sherry Hodds, March 15th, Saturday morning at 11 o'clock. She does an intention wheel at the beginning of every year, and then she checks in throughout the year. And so if you're like, I didn't start it, I can't go now. Yeah, we do the whole thing over again, and then we focus on a new part of the wheel. So she's doing that this month. I got Dr. Stella, our hypnotist golf mental coach, coming in from Vienna. Yes, she took my golf class, and then I sucked her in here, and she comes back every month and a half because she loves being part of the golf circle, because her real job is intense. So she's like, Carrie, I just love talking to the women about golf. So she comes in. Kathy Hartwood, who's an LPGA superstar, also does mental golf. She's coming in March 11th at 7:45 for my Hang with the Pro session. She's taking it over. And Natalie, our nutrition coach, comes in and tries to inspire us with food. So she's got a whole plan for Mindful March. And I have a calendar for Mindful March. And it's just every day, something as easy as chew your food slower today. That's the Mindful March calendar, which I also put out there for everybody to find. And so we're just trying to be more mindful in March and do it together. It's way more fun. And I can't think of anything else that I need to say. Or does anybody want to ask? Or did I forget anything? My Deb or Ro?
Terry, one of the things you mentioned was the spin class, but you might want to mention that it's based off of the dust off, which could include a rowing machine, a treadmill, whatever you happen to have in your closet or your bedroom.
Yes, so we call it spin, and I even find that intimidating because I find spin really, really hard because you got to push yourself. And the classes that I've been to, I'm like, my God, these people are intense. And so it's called the dust off because you know that thing you buy, like your treadmill or whatever, the rowing machine that's kind of sitting over in the corner. It's become like a laundry holder. That thing, we all have one. And so you bought it with great intention. It's become a laundry holder, and now maybe you just start by dusting it off. That's what we call, get the stuff off of it and just sit on it, maybe. And then watch what's gonna happen. You're gonna push the pedal with your friends, great music, which I always love. And it's just a half an hour. Everything we do is 30 minutes, which is, you ready for this? 2% of your day. So Paulette, when you're thinking, I always love, if I don't have 2% of this damn day for me, what the hell's the point? And even if it's 1%, 15 minutes to just start, or 10. And so what do you need for the workouts? I felt the ask. I have 5 pounds, 8 pounds, and 10 pounds. That's what I started with. And soup cans, Mother Mara's saying. Soup cans too. You can start with those. And other than that, a yoga mat's always nice versus the ground. And then nothing else really. Sometimes I bring out these stretchy bands, like $3.99 at the anywhere, winners. And sometimes when I'm traveling, we'll do workouts with these bands, but not very often, so don't panic. They're cheap too to get anywhere. And other than that, you can wear whatever you want. People show up in pajamas. Like, you don't have to go shovel the snow. Although, how many more days till spring, Deb, my assistant? This is Deb, my lovely assistant. She's always there for me. Deb Pfeffer, right here. How many days? She's so cute. And then the Masters too.
We have for spring 18 days, not that we're counting, and the Masters 36 days.
Boom.
And like women mentioned, that if you don't have weights, but you have ankle weights,
Yes.
if you have them stuffed away somewhere, you can use those in place of other weights.
Yep. You can wrap them. Just buy them. I always say just buy them. And they might sit there for a while. And then maybe one day you decide during one of the workouts you'll put them on. Or instead of the weights, you'll use these. Great option. Thank you, Deb.
Carrie, the weighted vest as well.
Okay, this is, I don't want to intimidate anybody because let me just tell you about the vest. So the vest is, see, because everybody's like, oh, just like the spin class. They're crazy. Who puts these things on to work out? I know. So I bought this and I hung it on the wall for a year. It was a beautiful display of art up there. And it just said, hey, Kara, when you're ready, maybe you could use me one day. And I said, okay, you just stay there. You just stay there and talk to me nicely, and maybe I'll play with you eventually. And so on a Tuesday, one day, I thought, well, instead of holding on to weights while I'm doing my legs, I could just put this on instead. And so sometimes, I haven't used this now in 5 months, because I don't feel like it, okay? So every once in a while, I see one of the ladies, they show up, they're like, hey, Kara. I'm like, oh my God, you're wearing it. Okay, I'll wear mine too. And so it's an option, and Tuesdays is the day, not Wednesdays when we're doing core and you're down on the ground because it's not comfortable. So just not necessary, but you could buy one and let it hang there for a while just for fun. And then, so I just want to say one thing. So there's just workouts and wellness and all of the 15 things a week that you can do live or recorded. And then there's just golf, because I realized in the beginning, people didn't actually want to work out with me. They just wanted to talk about golf. So I made golf too. So just golf, just fitness, $39 each. And then if you want to do both, it's $69.99 for both golf and fitness. So you can kind of think and decide. And I always like to say too, look, remember how I started this? Because of the women. Now, if you're one of those women that goes, I can't afford that. I can't, but I really would like to come. So you just email me and you say, Kara, I can afford $15 a month. That's all I can afford. And then I go, great, let's do it. So everybody's welcome. Start where you're at. This one's for you, Anne. Start where you're at. We're going to get you where you're going. The strongest version of you will show up if you just show up more than you don't. And if you start this little mini habit of you first, everything else can freaking wait. Everything else can wait. Then you'll watch. That's been the transformation. Everything else, me first, gratitude. It's flipped the whole world upside down to be so abundant and awesome and wonderful just because it's just taking a little bit of time for number one. All right, any other questions at all or thoughts? Big group hug.
Where's Paulette? Paulette, welcome. Where are you from? What part of the country? Or maybe not country. Where are you from?
I'm from the Annapolis Valley, Nova Scotia.
Oh, all right. I'm going to get up your area.
Good. My neighbor.
Yes, yeah.
Paulette, this will be the best thing you ever do for yourself.
I really am looking forward to it, and I was a little hesitant, shy to join, but you guys have made me feel so comfortable and welcome. Thank you very much, and I'm actually looking forward to it. I really am.
And you know what? This is just the beginning. The way
Yes.
it unfolds is amazing.
I'm so glad to hear that.
And so Paulette, just because you're new in town, a lot of these women that you're looking at from all over the world are coming to, I'm having a 5-year celebration that I can't believe it's been 5 years of this awesome community growing beyond what I ever even imagined. So we're having a golf tournament at Glen Arbor, and then they're coming, some of them are coming for an entire week of taking them to maybe Eagle Crest to play golf. This is where Paulette plays. Or Penn Hills, one or the other, it's not set in stone yet. And then we're gonna take them to the ocean floor, Paulette, near you. and to the Church Brewery and all my favorite places. So you're gonna meet all these women in person because we're gonna come right to your valley.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah, 360 moment right here. This is gonna be a great month of March. I can't wait. Now, if you just come for the month, it's okay. We still love you. Come back in whenever. If you take the summer off and go skipping into the tulips, great. Just come back whenever you need us. That's all I want to say to everybody. And we're always welcome. You're always welcome here. Okay, lovely humans. Thank you for hanging out. Having a great rest of your day. And tomorrow is 7 a.m. workout. And Paulette, I'm there at 6:30 because it just started that way because I was always worried for new people. Can they find us? So I show up early. And then we start with the gratitude chat. But you can just start at 1 minute to 7. You can just slide right in there. And it's just 30 minutes and we're done. And then Monday night is meditation with Sarah. But I sent you the schedule so it's all there. And you can breathe it in as you have a look at it.
Perfect.
But Paulette, the gathering is really cool because I am all the way out Washington State, all the way on the other side of the country. So I do recordings.
Right.
But that's just the best to get to know people, and Carrie's always welcoming, and they have, you know, whether people are going through tragedy or blessings, it's like faith in the gratitude and the high five. It's just these small little gifts. There's a high five at the end of the workout that it's like I'm just living for that high five, but it's like an emotional thing. So I just encourage you to embrace this community. It's from the beauty of our home, and it's a lifeline for gratitude, and just welcome. I hope you enjoy it.
Thank you. I really think I need this. I really do. So,
All
thank
right.
you.
Okay, big group hug. Thank you. Have a great day. Thanks for coming. And we'll see you tomorrow morning or whatever, sometime next week. All right. Have a great day, guys. Thanks for coming to the meet and greet. Nice to meet you, Paulette. Paulette, if you need anything, I'm here. Like, I'm really,
Nice
like,
to meet you.
if you need me, just email me. I'll be there 2 seconds.
Perfect.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Okay. Or Deb.
Bring your
Happy
coffee.
Sunday.
7, and that's how you get to know people.
Right. I look forward to coffee at 7 tomorrow.
Great.
Okay, bye, gang. 6:30 though. If you want to get the coffee part in, it's like 6:45ish or whatever. Okay. Mwah.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Thanks.
We're so lucky to be part of a group of women that are just trying to put themselves first.